Okay, so I don't even know what's gotten into me, but here I go. um, I think it had something to do with. Let's let this distraction go by. I think it had something to do with um, the particular holiday yesterday, the celebration that it was for the purpose that it was, independence, and 250. That's a number, and then the last fact that just kind of made it so this is not going to be something I'm able to keep to myself today. When I realized that and I got 17 cultures running through these veins, y'all, but my primary ones, when I thought about what was going on with the part of me that is Nigerian that is also American, and why, where they were at that very date, what some of them could have very possibly been doing. Yeah. I I'm left with this feeling that, I look at my family, I look at those around me, I think about the things that we're talking about, and truly, y'all, to say that, there's so many polarizing things I'm trying to stay away from right now just to stay on point. But in my spirit, I don't feel that I am personally owed the things that my ancestors did not get, because even for me, when I went back and did some digging to prove what things were, I saw some great things. Actually, I saw perseverance. I saw what was done when one gets land, how to protect it, the value of a well-kept secret. That was wow. I mean, personally, a lot of truths came to light when my ancestors started pointing me in the right direction. But here's the thing: it's not about, as crazy as it sounds, it's less about what my people endured then and more about what we continue on some level to endure now, no matter where we are, right? I look at myself and I know what I've built for myself, my family, my legacy. I know what I've built. It's been a lot, but I know what I've built. And not everyone has that opportunity to build, on the small scale of what I've built. And then I look at some of our brothers, some of our sisters who have done some amazing things. I mean, we have a whole footprint in DC at this point because of some amazing work by a man and his wife, right? The highest seat in the country, right? Doing my best. Doing my best. So I know that in all things there is a spectrum. There's a spectrum, and depending on where you are and what you've had access to, your life can look real different, right? I get that. But what I want to stress right now to the African American population, we create this diaspora, right? Or we've become. No matter where you are today, especially if you're still figuring it out, remember who you're doing this for. Young African Americans that, like, especially those who have a little bit of privilege behind you, and you're out here trying to figure out what you want to do. What you want to do is figure out who you are and who you stand for, and link that to where you've come from. So yes, you need to know about your heritage. Don't think you don't, because you do. And when you finally have all of that you can fill in your chest and be puffed up with your lineage, and you can actually stand tall because of those who made sure they stayed to the end so you could, because that's really what happened. And let all that sink in, and you put your 10 toes down at that point. And I hope by now you realize it didn't matter what you picked. Pick what it is that you are going to do here to the best of your ability and get on it. If you're in high school, get on it. You know, I mean, your ancestors didn't wait for permission when they struck out. I mean, we wouldn't have cowboys if it wasn't for black men. I'm just saying. Let me stop. There's just there's a lot to be proud of, and if you're walking around not feeling proud right now, then you need to click into your heritage, your particular family's here. Click in. If you find things you don't like, then learn that truth too. Now you know what you got to reverse. You know, that's called karmic cleansing and reversing familial family karma and stuff. You know, there are things you can do with that. But yeah, I don't even want to go any further with that. But yes, the point is that you do whatever it is and you do it to the best of your ability, because there is still something in this country that is not really wanting to let that be as equal and free as it's on paper to be. But then why? The paper was written before you were even a part of it, right? Right. So we have to be real careful in our community when we celebrate and talk about certain things that were written with you not in context, literally at all. Is that really what you're bringing back? No, we need to go forward, not back. Forward, not back. And you're doing this for something so much bigger than yourself. I mean, I heard something the other day, like talking about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and they're like, oh, who's our next, big civil rights leader? And I'm just like, wow, there's been so many years now. This needs to be not a movement, but a lifestyle. We are just claiming our space, right? I mean, we built the space, so let's claim the space. You don't want to give the space? Well, it's really not optional. I think we need to start acting like it's not optional, because a lot of us are. I'll tell you right now, it's not optional. No, let the whole culture do that. Let the whole bloodline do that. Let all of the descendants do that. Let us stand up now in a way that they couldn't then, because they were completely disoriented, completely languages broken, people that they were. It was done systematically. It was done for a purpose, to disorient and create division and break strong bonds, ever so much stronger than the ones that they put them in. We're taking all that back. I mean, if you didn't know that it's already happening. It's already going on. But what is needed is for all the stragglers out there to get on board, because this country still got it real twisted. And I think it's about time it gets unraveled and no longer twisted. Very, very clear to understand. We're not asking for permission. We don't need permission. No. All of this that's coming up to light now, yeah, there's a term for it. And we're here. The best thing we can do is lean into, and I'll flip it Aquarian. Best thing we can do is lean into the fact that we have been in the age of Aquarius for quite some time now. Duality is where you get your questions, you can make your choices, but then once you decide to, be a united country of some sort, then that's when unity happens. And it's with all the people there. Every single one, except for the natives, are immigrants. So we need to stop using that word with the weird energy that it's being used with. Because whether you came on free will, which was very rare, free will, mostly it was a fear-based energy of some sort, including being forced to come over here proactively and build a country. And then to still be affected by the things that were meant to hold you down. And not by all, but by some, and some is too many. So yeah, the things that we are taught in school on that paper that are declaring things, and some bills and articles behind them, I think that those should be considered as sacred and real as they were intended to be, but now for all. And it's time, and no permission is being asked for. Not permission. Not forgiveness. No, it's on paper. So yeah, let's just clean up those areas that don't make sense, because we can do that now. We're in the age of technology. We got all kind of AI that can sniff out words that are not inaccurate and have them redrafted so that it can be something that actually makes sense in this day and age. Yeah. Get those old laws off the books. There's some crap going down in Pennsylvania about some not being able to do terror. What? Stop all that old stuff. And let's bring this forward. And I'm going to stop it there, because I'm just like, why hasn't this been done already? Like, it's time.